Ladies, we need to sit down and talk about Charlotte Cassadine right this very second. My heart has been aching for this poor girl. We just saw her at the Quartermain boathouse, weeping and seeking comfort from Danny Morgan because she truly believed her father, Valentine Cassadine, had turned himself over to the WSB and was essentially gone forever. But let me tell you, that Cassadine blood is thick and it is fiery. Charlotte is absolutely done waiting around for the adults to figure things out. She has completely lost her patience, and honestly, can you blame her? She intercepts a mysterious, cryptic clue about the exact location where Jocelyn is being held captive. And what does this brave, reckless teenager do? She does not go to the police. She does not go to Dante. She marches straight to Carly Spencer. Now, let us talk about Carly for a moment, because my nerves are absolutely frayed watching her. Carly has been a complete and utter wreck. We saw her lashing out, marching into Turning Woods to scream at Jack Brennan, demanding that his mysterious contact stop Ross Cullum before Jocelyn disappears forever. Carly is a mother pushed to the absolute brink of insanity. So, when Charlotte shows up at her door with a solid lead on an isolated castle where Jocelyn is supposedly being held, Carly does not even hesitate. Am I the only one losing my mind over this? Carly is teaming up with a teenager to infiltrate a dangerous compound? It is completely reckless, it is utterly dangerous, and it is exactly the kind of classic, heart stopping drama that we have been begging these writers to give us for years. They pack up and head out to this dark, foreboding, isolated castle. And let me paint the picture for you, because the set designers actually did their jobs today. This place looks like something straight out of a gothic nightmare, reminiscent of the old Cassadine Island days that used to keep us on the edge of our seats in the 90s. But here's the twist that made me drop my coffee cup right onto my living room rug. Valentin Cassadine is alive and free. Yes, you heard me correctly. That entire emotional goodbye, the tears, the surrender to the WSB, it was all a masterfully orchestrated ruse. Valentine has been secretly tracking the WSB's corrupt factions and the lingering remnants of Jen Sidwell's terrifying network. Valentine is out there operating in the shadows, and he manages to track Jocelyn to this exact same isolated castle. Let me just say, the redemption arc they are giving this man is giving me absolute chills. He knows how much Jocelyn means to Carly, and he is willing to risk his own life completely solo to break into that fortress and get that girl back. But ladies, this is General Hospital, and we are not allowed to have nice things without a massive dose of tragedy. Valentine sneaks into the castle, moving through these dark, damp corridors, and he steps right into a deadly trap. My heart literally stopped beating in my chest. One minute he is the suave, calculating spy we all know and love, and the next minute the floor literally drops out from under him, and he is severely injured, trapped in a maze of secret, suffocating tunnels deep beneath the castle floors. He is bleeding, he is trapped, and his entire rescue mission is completely derailed before it even begins. The sheer agony of watching Valentine, a man who has fought so hard to be a good father and a better man, lying there helpless in the dark, is a heart-wrenching betrayal of our emotions. I was screaming at the screen, begging for someone to find him. And who is currently sneaking through the front gates of this very same castle? Carly and Charlotte? They have absolutely no idea that Valentine is bleeding out directly beneath their feet. Charlotte is pushing forward with this fierce, blind faith. She looks Carly right in the eye and says that if her father were still alive, he would be doing exactly this. He would be tearing the world apart to save Jocelyn. The sheer dramatic irony of Charlotte saying those words while her father is literally trapped in the catacombs below them is enough to make a grown woman weep. The writers are playing with our emotions like a cheap fiddle, and I am both furious and completely obsessed. But hold on, because if you thought that was the peak of the episode, you are absolutely wrong. I need everyone to take a deep breath, because what happened next had me leaping off my sofa. Out of the shadows, moving like a lethal, silent ghost, steps the one and only Jason Morgan. I am screaming. Jason is back. After weeks of being held captive in some undisclosed, miserable hellhole, our beloved enforcer has done what he always does. He broke himself out. He did not wait for Sonny. He did not wait for the PCPD. He took matters into his own hands. Jason has been quietly gathering intelligence, plotting his revenge against the monsters who locked him up, and in the process, he stumbled upon the location of Jocelyn. He did not call Carly to warn her. He did not call the authorities. He launched his own one man Black Ops rescue mission. The sheer power of seeing Jason Morgan back in his element, dressed in black, eyes completely cold and focused on saving Carly's daughter, is the exact reason I have dedicated decades of my life to this show. So now we have the ultimate collision course. You have Carly and Charlotte sneaking around the upper levels, terrified but determined. You have Valentine bleeding out in the underground traps. And you have Jason Morgan systematically tearing through the castle guards like a hot knife through butter. The moment these individual storylines converged was nothing short of cinematic perfection. Jason is creeping down a dimly lit hallway, gun drawn, ready to take out anyone in his path, when he suddenly spins around and comes face to face with Carly and Charlotte. The look on Carly's face, oh my word, the absolute shock, the disbelief, the tears welling up in her eyes. She thought she had lost Jason again, and here he is, standing right in front of her, like a guardian angel, in a leather jacket. Before they can even process the emotional magnitude of this reunion, before Carly can even throw her arms around him, they hear a noise coming from the hidden grates in the floor. It is Valentine. They realize he is trapped down there, and the stakes are instantly raised to 1,000,000. This is where the episode turned into an absolute masterpiece of ensemble acting. Instead of a simple smash and grab rescue, this fractured, chaotic group is forced to team up. Jason Morgan, Carly Spencer, and a teenage Charlotte Cassadine working together to pry open these ancient, heavy stone grates to pull a severely injured Valentine up from the catacombs. When Charlotte saw her father's face covered in dirt and blood, I absolutely lost it. I was sobbing. She throws herself at him, crying, holding on to him as if he might vanish into thin air again. After weeks of grieving a father she thought was dead or locked away in a WSB black site forever, she is holding him in her arms. It is the most beautiful, heart-wrenching reunion we have seen all year. But the clock is ticking. The castle guards are mobilizing. Alarms are starting to blare in the distance. And Jason goes into full commander mode. He leaves Valentine leaning on Carly and Charlotte, and he kicks down the heavy oak doors of the dungeon to find Jocelyn. When Carly sees her daughter, safe but terrified, the sheer maternal relief that washes over her is palpable. We get to witness Carly holding Jocelyn while Jason stands guard, and Charlotte supports her wounded father. It is a massive emotional payoff. This is one of the most memorable, pulse-pounding reunions of the entire summer. And I was sitting there thinking, finally, the writers have given us a victory. We can finally breathe. But no, they could not just let us be happy. They just had to rip the rug out from under us one more time. Just as our beloved group is making their desperate, limping escape toward the castle courtyard, the camera pans up to the high balconies. The music turns dark and ominous. A mysterious, cloaked figure steps out of the shadows, watching them flee. The camera zooms in on a file clutched in this person's hands, adorned with the official WSB seal, but covered in red, menacing stamps. This was not just a kidnapping. This castle was not just a holding cell for Jocelyn. This mysterious figure's presence reveals that this entire situation is part of a massive, terrifying, deep-rooted conspiracy within the WSB itself. The writers are opening the door to an entirely new, incredibly dangerous chapter, and my nerves are absolutely shot. Who is that person on the balcony? Is it someone from Valentine's past? Is it the mysterious Z that Jack Brennan was talking about? Is it someone connected to Jen Sidwell's inner circle? I am completely beside myself. How do they expect me to sleep this weekend knowing that Jason, Carly, Jocelyn, Charlotte, and a bleeding Valentine are currently running for their lives through the woods, while a massive WSB conspiracy looms over their heads? This is outrageous writing in the best and worst possible way. It is a complete disrespect to the fans' blood pressure, and yet, I am absolutely hooked. I will be pacing my floors until the next episode airs, because if anything happens to Jason or Valentine now that we just got them back, I am writing a strongly worded letter to the network. We have suffered enough, but sweet heaven, what a ride.